Um, they go for me, they go for everybody. When I can't say everybody, because some people are really good parents, but um, I feel like, especially the black community, like I feel like we slack a lot when it comes to knowing how to raise our kids, and I think a lot of that comes from us not being taught by our parents how to really be parents. You know what I'm saying? So we can't even really just put all the blame on ourselves. I'm not telling nobody, look, you're 100% of the blame. I ain't saying nothing like that, right? Like me and my child, for example, yeah, I'm not, because of my job, I'm not able to be in my child's life like I want to. All right. That's most Americans. You know what I'm saying? We have to work, and we don't get to spend all the time that we would want to with our children. Now, there are some people that have the luxury of being around their children 24/7, 365. So I feel like there's no excuse there. But for anybody that wants to be a better parent, I mean, I don't understand how we look up everything. We on YouTube all day. We on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We on these social media platforms all day looking up stuff and stuff that entertains us, but we don't look up things about how to be a better parent. You know what I'm saying? And that just blows my mind. Like it's nothing wrong with watching TV, right? But when it's nothing wrong with hanging out with friends, right? It's nothing wrong with, I mean, it's nothing wrong with whatever you choose to do with your time. But never let whatever you do overpower or overconsume or get in the way of how much time you spend with your children. You know what I'm saying? Me, for example, in my free time, I'm talking about in your free time for the most part. In my free time, if I got something going on, like whether it be music or film or whatever, I'm typically going to bring my child with me. Why? So for one, my child can learn how to, like, at a young age, how to succeed in the world when he becomes older. You know what I'm saying? And we as parents are so quick to lock our children off in a room and shut the door. And then when that child gets older, what we don't understand is we are teaching our children at that age. Children like a lot of attention at an early age. I appreciate it. I got it from Walmart. Children seek a lot of attention at a young age. So when you realize that, bro, do you realize that no one is watching your live stream? Bro, I'm not doing this. I'm finna block you. Cause that ain't even why I come on here doing this. If you got a problem with it, get off. But so the reason that it's always somebody spreading negativity. You get slapped in, boy. But so it's so when it comes to being a better parent, right? Uh we are so quick as parents to isolate, to throw our children and lock them off in a room, and we stuck in the TV, right? Or lock them off in a room, like whatever, or we locked off in a room and you know what I'm saying? We just, oh, go play with your toys or whatever. What we don't understand is we are programming that child at an early age that this is the way life is supposed to be. So when that child becomes of age, 25 years old, 18 years old, 15 years old, when they get in their teenage years, they're going to start pulling away from you. They're going to stop telling you stuff. They're going to stop being open with you. You understand? because it's a God-given, like naturally, the child comes to the parent for everything. But we as parents will tell the child, hey, stop bothering me. Hey, I'm watching TV, or stop bothering me. Go play with your toys, right? We are training that child to leave us alone. So when that child becomes a teenager, right? And when that child becomes an adult, we as parents sit around and like, oh, why you don't come see me? Why you don't come see your mom and daddy no more? They living their life now. Right? When they was living in your house, you had all these rules. They wanted to do certain things, and they would you would do things the way that you wanted to do things, and they couldn't do things the way that they might not tell you, because they feel like they can't tell you, because every time they try to do something that they want to do, you like, oh no, do it this way, or oh no, do it that way. They're gonna get older and they're gonna pull away from you. I'm telling you, because I know. I've been a child before. See, that's one thing about a lot of parents these days. They forget what it was like when they were children, right? When you was living with your mom and your daddy, and your mom and daddy was doing certain things, put yourself as a parent, put yourself in that child's shoes. Remember how it was with you as a child. Y'all don't do that. Like me, with my child, I'm always trying to spend time with my child. When me and my child talk, it's not a 5-minute or a 1-minute discussion. Hey, what you doing? It's not that. Me and my child actually really connect and bond, right? I don't treat my child like a child. I treat my child like a little version of me. He's going to be grown one day. My daughters are going to be grown one day. I don't treat my children like they are less than. I don't treat my children like, oh, you just a kid. No. Because that kid has a big imagination. That kid's imagination and that kid's vision is bigger than yours. You done slept on your dreams. You done sat around on your dreams. You feel what I'm saying? That child's vision and way of in connecting with God is way bigger than yours. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I don't understand. Bonding time is not a 5-minute, hey, how you doing? Or a 3-minute, 1-minute, hey, how you doing? Bonding is not even a... Now, don't get me wrong. I will applaud a person that sits down and plays video games with their child, or even if it's for 30 minutes, or watches TV with their child, even if it's one movie. But to be honest with you, that's still not enough. That's kind of like the basics of it. What I'm saying is, if you are a parent and you sitting in front of that TV for 5 hours, 8 hours a day, and you only giving your child 30 minutes to an hour of that time, of your time, you value the TV more than you value time with your child. So, yeah, you finna get blocked. I mean, I don't know if that's you being disrespectful or what, but yeah, I'm on a blocking spree right now. So I've been reading the woman's your message has been held for review. See, YouTube already know. But I mean, I don't know why you would type that in the comments like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all really be having nothing to do. But I want to say, like, when it comes to like things that we watch on TV, right? Things that we watch on TV are not more important than our children, right? I don't care if it's the fight. That fight is not more important than your children. Now, unless you paid $50 or $100 or $500 or whatever it costs for the fight, then I can understand why you might be like, hey, yeah, y'all being too loud. You know what I'm saying? Go in the back room or whatever. But like my child understands very well. And I don't have to lock my child off in a back room. You understand what I'm saying? For my child, for me to watch the fight. But I don't watch the fight. But I'm just saying it could be a fight. It could be the basketball game, football game, whatever it is. Y'all put more priority on things that don't even matter. Y'all put more priority on entertainment than y'all do y'all freaking kids. And y'all don't see nothing wrong with that. So when y'all children grow up and put their priorities over you, you feel like it's a problem. You see what I'm saying? You see how that works? Karma is a, woo, I almost said it. Karma is a MF. Y'all know the word. But we got to do better as parents, man. I'm every day. I am always, when I'm at work at my job. You said sorry. You don't have to apologize to me. I just don't know why you would do it. That's why at first when I saw it, I thought you was talking to me. But then I said, well, hold on. Like, I don't know. I didn't retract your message. YouTube automatically did that. But I don't have a problem with that word unless you are, you know what I'm saying, being racist or something like that. Unless you are not one of those. But at first I didn't know why you were saying it. So when I saw you putting it, then I said, well, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me see where he going with this conversation, with what he's saying. You don't have to apologize to me. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't know where the conversation was going with that word that you was typing on there. I didn't retract your message. I see it right here. Automatically, YouTube did that. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, man, we need to be better as parents. You know, nowadays we have the phone at the tip of our hands where we can type. We pay $1,500, $1,200, $1,000 for a phone. It's smartphones, but we act stupid on our smartphones. All you gotta do is matter of fact, you ain't even gotta type it in the phone. You got AI, you got Chat GPT or whatever that is. You got, like, there's so many different things. Like, when it comes to looking up stats about boxing or looking up stats about we looking up episodes and looking up the latest, you know what I'm saying, stats about football, and we figure out how to do that, right? We'll search all over the web for that and figure out the stats so we can talk with our homeboys about the latest, so we can be caught up on all the stats and stuff like that. We watch all the highlights and all the games so we can sit up and, you know what I'm saying, talk about how we know more than anybody else when it comes to sports. But your kids in the back room and you don't know crap about them. You understand what I'm saying? That's a problem. We spend more time. Let me tell you something. I was just talking to my friend yesterday about this exact thing. And we was talking about how the generation before me, the television was the big thing. Like, for my mom and for my grandparents, the television was the big thing, right? So they've come up in this world, they cannot survive without the TV because that was their thing. You go to my generation, the computer was the thing, right? We had to, like me, I have to, like, I do a lot with a computer. But nowadays, everything really is computer. The TV, trying to get it out, the TV has computers in it. The cars have computers in them. The cell phone is a computer. You know what I'm saying? Like everything has to do with computers, okay? And so I feel like the computer was the way I saw it was the computer was a good choice because the computer allows you to tap into kind of like everything, right? But now it's the phone. The phone is a computer. The new generation after me cannot do without the cell phone, right? And it's not It's not that the cell phone is bad. It's not that the computer is bad. It's not that the TV is bad. It's about when we make the television or the cell phone or the computer or spending time with our friends or whatever it is a god. What I'm saying is we spend more time with those things than we do with things that really matter, like our children or even the Bible. You know more about boxing. You know more about, you know what I'm saying, these soap operas or these Netflix or whatever, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. You know more about that than you know about the Bible, more than you know about your children, more than you probably know about yourself. You know what I'm saying? But it's right there in the palm of your hands. Like I could really just ask my phone. I don't even have to type it. We got to the technology where I can really just ask my phone something and it just look it up. It'll find and look it up for me and find the best result and it'll read it back to me. Like if I ask my phone how do I become a better parent? How do I be a better parent? It'll look it up. It'll find it on the web and it'll tell me the best result. Then all I got to do is click on it and read the full thing if I want to know more. We got to do better as parents, man. We are failing the young generation, right? I hate to say this, but you look at like Caucasian kids. Their parents are really like Caucasian people are really like buddy, close with each other. The black community is not like that. You even look at Hispanics, for example. Hispanics, it'll be like 8 to 15 of them in one house. And so if the rent is $1,500, they all splitting the rent. Everybody paying $150 a month for rent. We don't know how to do that as black people. We compete with each other. We isolate from each other. We segregate from each other. We can't stand each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm guilty of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them that don't like to be around people. You know, but that might have something to do with my childhood. You know, I never like things that go on with me now. I never wanted to play the victim role and be like, oh, that's because of something that happened in my childhood. But when you go to a counselor and a counselor's trying to understand you, a counselor is going to ask you about your childhood. And now that I'm older, I'm beginning to realize that a lot of what went on in my childhood might have something to do with the outcome of how I do things today. And I'm not mad at any parents out there for the way that you do things. Based on how things happen in your past determines how you do things today. But what I'm saying is we don't want to take generational curses. How our mama did us, how our grandma did our mama, and how our mama did us, and then we passing that on to now we're doing our children like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's going to come a point in time when your children are going to become adults, 18 years old, 25 years old. They're going to get tired of your rules at your house. They're going to say, you know what? I'm ready to move out. And when they move out, they're probably not going to, you're not going to see them much. They might come around every blue moon. But what I'm saying is, especially if they are somebody who is living paycheck to paycheck, they don't have the time. They're trying to make ends meet. They got to be at work 6-7 days a week, 5 days a week. And then on them 2 days or 1 day that they get off, they're not trying to sit up and watch TV with you. Right? They probably working on something that they got going on. They might even be working 2 jobs. They might be trying to sleep. They don't want to sit up and watch TV with you. Not saying that they don't want to bond with you. But what I'm saying is you had all these years. You had 18 years to bond with your child. You didn't do it. You told your child, go in your room, play with your toys. I'm watching TV. You're bothering me. You're too loud. Close your door. I would never do my child like that. Never. When my child gets in my car, you know the first thing I do? I turn off my radio and I have a conversation with my child. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of y'all parents, the first thing y'all do when y'all get in y'all cars, y'all cut up the music. You tune your child out. You don't know what's going through the mind of your child. I tap into my child. I turn down the radio. That music is not more important than what's going on in the brain of my child. When you put the music or the TV or the cell phone over your child says, oh, daddy don't want to talk to me. Other things are more important. Daddy has other things that are more important than me and what I'm thinking right now. Your child is going to stop communicating with you. Then when you get to a point where you want to have a conversation with your child, they're not going to talk to you. They're just going to be like, oh, yeah, no, nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. See what I'm saying? Y'all parents don't understand that. I'm just being real. I'm not here to throw dirt on nobody or down talk nobody or nothing like that. I'm speaking because I was a child at once. A lot of y'all parents have forgot what it was like as a child when you was living with your mama, how your mama treated you and all that. But you don't think that you treat your children some type of way. You think you the best parent ever, probably. You think ain't nothing wrong with what you do. Because if you thought there was something wrong with what you do, you would be trying to fix it. But if we still doing the same old stuff that we've been doing for the last 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years, 40, 50 years, evidently we don't see nothing wrong. We don't think that we need to change. Because if I feel like there's something that I need to change for my child, I'm going to do everything in my power. You understand what I'm saying? To understand how I can make that better with my child. How me and my child can be on one accord. Yeah, we don't do that, man. We don't do that. Like, I got to applaud the women. I really have to applaud the women for really being better parents than us fathers out here. Most of us, not all, most of us. You know, it's some deadbeat mothers out there. You know, it's some mothers that think that they are better than the fathers, and they not, you know. But for the most part, I really got to congratulate the women. You understand what I'm saying? For really stepping up to the plate and carrying the weight that deadbeat man don't. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And I ain't trying to talk down on nobody or spit on nobody or nothing like that. They go for all of us. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I said, man, like me as a child, there's so like I'll probably end up writing a book or probably even doing a whole movie or a short film on my life as a child. I really been trying to be quiet about things that happened to me as a child. But like the older you get, you know what I'm saying, stuff just kind of start coming out. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that caused me to speak out about like some things that happened to me as a child was a lot of women playing the victim role and like pointing fingers at me. You know what I'm saying? And saying, oh, well, you did this to me and you did that to me. And not only that, but one of the things that made me like change my energy toward women, right, was the way that women treated me. And not saying, oh, like if a woman, you know, throw a jab at me, I'm throwing a jab back. Not like physically, no, that's not what I'm saying. But when it comes to verbally, like, I mean, you can get it. You know what I'm saying? I would never put my hands on a woman. And any woman that really knows me knows that I would not put my hands on a woman. You know what I'm saying? But When it comes to me telling you the real, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna bite my tongue for so long, and then it's gonna get to a point where it's like, look, you must think that your SH don't stink. You don't see your own BS. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna call it what it is. Because it don't make sense for you to point fingers at me and tell me, hey, you need to correct XYZ. Right? That's why like I won't tell somebody how to raise their kids. I won't tell somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, because like that's not my place. Those are your kids. Like, you have